Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego of the site, the Tier 2 blue emote into chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can apply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi or use other people's emotes. And if you feel like just being a lurker and not saying anything, you can just do that and that's okay as well. You could just be a lurker. I won't mind. Ghost Valve is here. Hello, Ghost Valve. The notifications are back up at the top. The goal is up there. We are currently at 29 subscribers. The goal is to hit 50. Aristofan's here. Hello, Aristofan. I haven't put up the goal since like December, I want to say, because we got a flood of subscribers in December, and we've been riding high plus 50 plus since then. And of course, I had January the 31st, had my end of the month, my subathon, and so we were over 100. Now that's died down. The gifted subs has gone away. People have, that they're not keeping up to date with it. That's okay. It's understandable. The idea that someone gifted a sub would convert it to a subscription is not something that I take that I think is going to happen. But we're now on that creep. We're on that creep to get back to 50. The goal is always 50. Like 29, I get a payout, but I want more. I'm going to be a little greedy about it. I'd like to get higher than that. It'd be nice if I did. You also may notice by the background that you're seeing, maybe even the lighting that you are looking at, that I'm back in this bedroom. I'm back in my bedroom. I moved back in here yesterday, spent today, part of today adjusting my lighting. It's still not perfect. In fact, let me just real quick. Yeah, going to turn that down just a little bit here because it's a little much. Part of the thing is I can only do so much lighting here during the day. I really need to be at night, and by the time I got around to it, I didn't have the time last night to do that. But I'm still adjusting things, still trying to figure things out. Back here in this room, my folks return tomorrow. I don't have to think about what I'm cooking for dinner tomorrow, because usually I now will be back into the part where I cook once or twice a week, and my folks are going to return tomorrow. And one of the first things, we're going to just order pizza or Chinese or something. We're not going to cook. No one's going to want to cook tomorrow when they get back and start unpacking and all that. So yeah, I moved in here. I recorded a video that's going to go out on Monday in the return of the space, playing around with a few things. The NVIDIA broadcast background remover does not like this lighting as much as it liked the lighting in the other room, but my sound, I think it's a bit better. And yeah, and my overhead camera, I think I've gotten the right spot. I'm going to be tweaking this stuff all the time. This is a continuous process here, right? Because this is the first stream back in the room. I will say, we'll get into some tech stuff, but everything's looking pretty good. But we'll get into some tech specifics because I talked about it on the Thursday stream, what I was hoping to do. And there'll be some updates on that. Tweaking all the time. Hell yeah, indeed, Snuffy. But let's go to the overhead. Boom, there we are. So yeah, overall, I can tell you, I'm happy with the lighting here, the overhead lighting. My camera placement, I think I'm pretty okay with. We talked about it before on this, how you can't really tell, but this black is clear and you can see behind it. I think we did the flashlight test. I had the flashlight here. And yeah, you can see the light through it. So even though it doesn't appear great on camera, know that this black is clear. All of it is clear other than the polycaps, which obviously are not clear. I have seen clearish polycaps before, but not on this kit. If you missed Thursday's stream, that's going to shake because of that. This is the 1995 release of the Devil Gundam non-grade. It is a re-release in the year 2022 printing. That's when the manual came out. They reprint, or the box, I should say. They reprinted that 2022. This lovely box. Look at that art. Look at that art in a lovely shell because it's a limited item. So this is the clear. The Devil Gundam non-grade is not a particularly excellent kit. It does its best. The clear version of this is pretty great. It is a premium Bandai product. We worked on the arms and we worked on the legs and feet. I have to remember. Yeah, this goes like this. It goes like that. These are the front of it. So I've done some of this kit here. I don't know if I'm going to panel line any of it because I don't know if it needs panel lining. But this is, pretty much a snap kit. I might panel line a little of the red here, but I don't know. I don't even know if it needs it because it's just cool colors. I definitely don't want to do the clear part. So I might do the red of this kit. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But we got the legs done. We got the arms done. So now it's time to work on the torso. Yeah, we'll work on the torso next. We got the torso, the chest, or yeah. We've got like the waist, head, and the torso. This kit is a nightmare. It's a nightmare to visually understand. It's got a Gundam growing out of it. John subscribed, saying some of these clear Gundams look neat. Indeed. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site tier 2 blue emote. Thank you, John, for subscribing with Prime. Bumping us up to 30 subscribers. We are now 30 out of 50. The goal is 50. Would love to get there. It's the first stream of the month, and I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, one of my favorite kits of all time is the Clear Sazabi. Ghost Valve is here, subscribing at tier 1 for 34 months, saying almost a year. Thank you for renewing your sub, Ghost Valve, the 1 year. John says, been away on travel a bit, so I missed some streams. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. And thank you to Ghost Valve. But yeah, welcome, everybody. The Sazabi Real Grade. The Sazabi Real Grade Clear. It's a ruby red clear. Is one of the best looking kits I've ever built. That kit is awesome. And then the clear takes it up to another level and becomes like legendarily good. It is an A+ kit. A phenomenal build. All right, so that's A. And those are C. Completely top tier. So back here in this room, you may ask yourself, well, Pat, did you, I'm going to actually, I have to readjust how my mic is working or what level I want my mic to be at because I'm in a smaller space with a lower ceiling. But you might ask yourself, Pat, did you end up doing the thing you were talking about on stream? If you missed it, the thing that I had discussed as a possibility was I was going to move my modem and router out of the room that I had my setup previously, the Carolina room, the living room, the family room, whatever you're gonna call it, the room with the giant TV that is where the router lives because that is where the cable comes in. One of the two places the cable comes in, and I was planning on seeing if I could move out the whole gear into the other room where we have a cable hookup. Which is a room that is over there on the other side of the hallway. So it would be a lot closer, and my Wi-Fi booster would be called there. Is it called the Carolina room because of where you're at? I've never heard a living room called that. So it's a bonus room is what you call it in a bunch of places. Some parts of the country or the world call it a den. So it is called the Carolina room because of where I am at, in that it is a room that is an addition to the house. But it is a planned addition. So it is basically like a room that is walled in, but might not have the insulation the rest of the house has. Sometimes it is planned. It originally was called the Carolina room because it was like a room that would have like tile floor and be cooler. And in the days up before, and it's a room with windows on 3 sides, because the idea is that the tiles would cool things down. In the days before air conditioning, you would open up windows on both sides or all 3 sides, and you would get a cross breeze through it. And that's why they call it a Carolina room. But it's best to call it a bonus room. But that seems weird, or a den. But it's not the living room, and it also could be called the family room. That is definitely a northern term. I put this together without adding the polycaps. So anyway, there you go. So I was like, oh, let me try to move the router because that will be closer. And the idea would be one of the reasons I thought I was having some issues with dropped frames and the like and slow upload speeds was because the booster is only going to do so good a job. I thought maybe it was the modem before. We got a new modem. I thought maybe it was the router. Got a new router. It was not those things. The new modem helped a lot, and the router was due for an upgrade, and the new router I have is better because my upload speeds, wired, were great. The real thing is I should be wired. I can't do that. Because I can't do that, I'm doing my best. So anyway, I had wondered, let's see, so this is going to go, this looks like this, and this goes, oh, that goes in there, but I have to do these first. Okay, so this goes like that. What just happened here? Oh, that just ended. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, this is going to be annoying if I don't get it right, so I'm trying to get it right, because as I said, it will be annoying otherwise. So my thought was I'm going to move the router into my parents' bedroom, and there are pros and cons with that, but the pros outweigh the cons. Well, there was a thing I didn't think about, and the thing that I neglected to think about was our phones in this house are voice over IP. They're not we don't have a traditional phone plan. We have a phone plan through the cable company, and that means that a cable line, a phone line has to plug into our modem, and then that phone line can go, and then we can have through the as long as it's on the same electric panel, we can have some phones that just plug in to the wall and they get a signal from the modem through the electricity in the house. And don't ask me to explain more than that, and I'm probably getting some of it wrong. But what I can tell you is if I want the phones to work, they have to be plugged. I have to have a phone jack plugged into the modem. There's no there is a jack in my parents' bedroom, but it is so far away from the router, or so far away from the cable where I would put the modem and the router, that I can't right now even test it to make sure it works. I could take everything apart, bring it into my parents' bedroom, set it all up, and then see if my upload is stable and if my frame rate is good and I'm not dropping kilobytes because I'm using that beta thing in OBS to discourage drop frames, and I wouldn't be have packet loss that way. God damn it, did I forget another thing? I did. I'm gonna fucking nail this eventually. I have to put B29 and B29 in here. So I have to take this apart again. I have now assembled this piece without polycaps and assembled it without the leg attachments. So we're going to nail that. We're going to get that right. So I could have said all that. And I will say this. I did take everything apart in my parents' bedroom, or sorry, in the living room. I got into the cables and took the cables off and unplugged everything and cleaned back there because it needed cleaning, and got everything ready to go. And then I realized, oh, the phone port in my parents' bedroom is nowhere near there. And even if I get a cable, I would have to route it in such a way, because of a closet, I can't just like tuck it under the carpet and run it there. It would require me like tacking it up around a closet door, and my mom would fucking hate that. She would hate looking at it because she would see it from where she is in the room. So I was like, this is a bust. This isn't going to work. But I will say this, and I don't know, could be psychosomatic. This could just be over time. This could be anything. I turned off the thing where, the beta thing that I use in OBS where my bit rate might suffer in order to protect the drop frames. In a test that I did, I got rid of that, and I wasn't dropping any frames. And the last time I checked, I would immediately drop frames. So, oops. So my bandwidth test was fine. Shockingly fine. And I recorded a video today and uploaded it, and that video was like a half an hour at a pretty high def. I don't remember the file size, but it was a pretty big file, and that didn't take like 2 hours to upload, which it did previously. So I don't fucking quite know what's going on, but there exists the possibility that that it could be I just reset everything and had everything off for a while because I was going to move everything. Or it could be the cable, the coax cable that goes from the wall to my modem. Like, it's not a new cable. It's just I like cleaned everything up and ran it in a smarter way than it was ran previously. And I don't know. I may have somehow made things better. Now, this could be temporary. It could all fall apart. Who knows? I can't say for sure. Again, folks, I'm trying to open this up because these parts need to come through here. I fucked up and didn't do them when I was supposed to. And I have to get these parts to go into, that has to be up and down. Let's go in basically through here. And so I have to pry this apart without breaking anything, which is easier said than done. I just screwed up and got ahead of myself. Okay, so that snapping noise is fine because that's just things popping apart that I want with that, but hopefully not breaking. And we are now good enough that I can hopefully get that there. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. My bit rate seems pretty damn stable. It's fluctuating a little bit, but that always happens. And hopefully my uploads stay good and I can upload some videos without it taking forever. Because I recorded a video at a certain time today so that it would be done uploading by the time the stream was over, and it didn't take that long. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, that rules. Because I got very used to way better uploads as a wired internet connection than the uploads I had on wireless. So obviously it's better. So this is going to go like this, and then this goes like this. All right, I think that's right. So yeah, the video I recorded is Monday's episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club, which will be my recap of the Crunchyroll Awards. And I won't go too much into that because like I said, I made a whole video about it. The most interesting part to me, as always, is what shows are getting dubs and therefore are getting nominated for Best Voice Performance. Because that shit is incredibly interesting to me. Like, why is Konosuba, a show that's like a few years old, why is that getting dubbed into so many languages now all of a sudden? Like, what deal got made that now Konosuba is being dubbed? Like, this language just Italians love Konosuba. Yeah, I don't know. Like, oh, in Spanish, it's all of the big names you would expect, like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, and Demon Slayers. Like, yeah, that market is huge. Of course, the big names are being dubbed. But like Oshinoko, it has gotten dubbed only in a couple languages because HIDIVE is a smaller company but HIDIVE, but Oshinoko is a huge hit for HIDIVE. So, of course, the production company that made it is doing that. Crunchyroll supplies a lot of those dubs, or they do the work for a lot of those dubs. HIDIVE doesn't necessarily, so it's up to the production company to do that. Like, oh, all this stuff kind of makes sense. Like, sure. I think that stuff is way more fascinating than, seeing the same shit over and over again. Like, just like Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 just swept so many fucking categories. It's just like, yeah, I mean, it's very good. I think that some of the categories it won for, it shouldn't have won because of various instances. And like I said, it'll be in that video. But yeah, I took a look at it, gave my honest opinion going through it. Of course, as we know, All of it is bullshit because Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury was not even nominated for Anime of the Year. And then Oshinoko not winning, as of the ones nominated, of the 6 nominated, then you give it to Oshinoko because that's a fucking huge good anime. I should also say, as an update, because it, like I said, it'll be in my coverage, but I'm also PO'd that it didn't win Best Original. It was nominated for Best Original, but didn't win that. And I'm perturbed by that. I think that is also fucking bullshit. I'm happy with what won. If something that wasn't that had to win, I am happy with the show that won. But yeah, there's some categories where I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. What are we doing here? Some real bullshit. Oshinoko did win Best Anime Song, which means insert song, and that, like, it had to win that. Like, that or Bocchi the Rock had to win that category. You don't just give like an insert song to, like, I don't know, the background song when shit goes wild in, the special one. Should also mention Attack on Titan final season part 1 was nominated. Or final season part 3, part 1, or whatever, special 1 was nominated. Special 2 was not eligible yet. So we'll see that fucking next year, because it was this year. So we'll see that next year nominated from stuff. We're not done with a fucking Attack on Titan being nominated for things. Lord Crashington says, hey, Pat. Hey, Lord Crashington. Mchan says, I would expect Bocchi the Rock, and I'm not a big fan of it. So I think Bocchi the Rock has some good songs in it, but, like, because Oshinoko is about idol groups, or an idol group, you get more than just a song. You get a whole idol performance, and some of the idol performances are really good, and probably the best parts of the show are, because they don't focus on the murder mystery as much as I would fucking like them to focus on the murder mystery. I've said my piece a lot about it. So this is A3. How does A3 go? A3 must go like this. We got to put a sticker on A3. I will eventually watch Oshinoko, but I think it'll be after I finish reading it, so I'll be singing its praise in a year or so too. I will say this. As much as I wish that it did things that it doesn't do, the problems I have with Oshinoko are problems I would also have with the manga, or that I do also have with the manga. So it's not the anime adaptation getting it wrong in any respect. But also, like, I can appreciate that the medium works really well for it. Also, if you told me 4 times the people who watched Oshinoko than Bocchi, I would believe you. Yeah, so Bocchi the Rock, here's the thing. Oshinoko, huge manga hit, right? Anticipated, one of the most anticipated shows of the year. A reason people got High Dive was for Oshinoko. Big buzz throughout the show. Bocchi the Rock, and I mentioned this in the video, Bocchi the Rock is transformative. It is, by all accounts, better than the source material, which is fucking rare, and I don't say that lightly, in that the 4-panel Kuma is just, like, kind of fine, and they managed to make the show well-rounded. And transformative, which I believe I've already used the word for that before, but it's the proper word for the context of what we're talking about. So, like, I think that even if Bocchi might appeal to more people over time, they don't know that because they wasn't buzz going into Bocchi the Rock. Like, I had a few people that were like, oh, I like that manga fine. Oh, it's kind of neat they're making it. Like, that was the vibe I got going in. Of course, I don't know everything, but that was the vibe that I was hearing going into it. Where Oshinoko, it was like, how are they going to handle this? How are they going to do that? Oh, the pilot is an hour and a half. It's going to be fucking wild because that show is going to be like 3 anime by the time the pilot's done. because you think you know what the show is about, and then you think you know what the show is about, and then the show starts. And it's like, oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, you're right. And they were right about that. The people I knew who were just like, Pat, you are gonna be so shocked by this goddamn thing. We're totally accurate. So anyway, I talked a lot about that. I did it. The video is a fucking half hour. I say my piece. I say all the stuff I'm saying here, basically, in there. So watch that when it comes out, I guess, is the thing to say. That'll be Monday. And then I'm going to keep on my 2-week schedule of releases because this is just 1 week after the previous one because I wanted to be timely with my coverage. Like, I could have just put it out today. Shanks Kitsune is raiding with a party of 5. Welcome, Raiders. I'm Pat Baer. I build model kits and Lego sets. I'm working on the Devil Gundam non-grade, the clear version of the kit. This kit does not normally look like this. This is the clear version. This is a 1995 kit that was re-released in 2022 as a premium Bandai kit. I just received it in the mail recently. It is not a new version of the kit. This is still the 1995 kit. The plastic is new because it's the clear. But it's still a non-grade. It is still wild. It is still the only version of the Devil Gundam from G Gundam. And a lot of this kit actually isn't that good stuff gets solved by the fact that this is a clear kit. Goes a long way. Like, it doesn't have the original version, which I've built on stream in the past, doesn't have, like, the toes aren't the right color and they don't give you color correcting stickers. Like, that kit did need paint, which I'm just not apt to do or prepared to do. Okay, so this is going to go like that. All right. And then this needs to go. I got to make sure. I don't want to keep having to take these things apart and reassembling them. So I'm going to make sure I'm doing all the parts together right. Also, I know what I'm building after this. This is going to be a wild back-to-back Lego, not Lego, build order. The back-to-back of this is pretty wild. I'm going to tell you right now. That goes there, actually. This goes here. Let's put it in the wrong place. Because the next kit I've got is also awesome looking for different reasons. It's not a clear kit, though. The other one I'm going to be building. Does that Devil Gundam even have a scale listed? No, it is. It's a 144 scale, non-grade. So this is the 144 scale. It is to scale. It's just that it's not a high grade. It is a non-grade because they did non-grades for these kits. But yes, once I put this pieces together here, I will give you the info on it. Oops. Why can't I get this head part to just sit right? That is my question of the day. Oops. Everything's coming apart here as I try to get this all together. And then we'll just slow it down, back up, ease off. We'll try to put these pieces on the other side because sometimes that will just make life easier if I try to assemble it the other way. But yes, this kit is a non-grade. So it's not a high grade, but it is the 144 scale. All right, so we talked about the anime stuff, the video I recorded, which will be up. What else do we want to talk about tonight? We got anime in the second hour, what I've been watching. Got 2 shows to talk to you about. Good episode of Frieren, and fine episode of The Unwanted Undead Adventurer. So good stuff there. What I should do is, instead of worrying about this, because once it's together, this will be fine. I got to put this in the middle here. I should be worrying about getting this in because this just seems to not want to do what I want it to do. There is a notch there. Okay, yeah, so it goes like that. All right, so it goes like that. And this is going to go like that. And then what I just have to do is be careful when I assemble that all of these parts that need to be attached to both sides don't slide out of their little nubbins here. And oops, this was on the wrong way. I know that looking at this sometimes is tough in the overhead camera. Clear parts here kind of blend together. My lighting isn't as great as it could be for clear. But please believe me when I tell you that this looks rad as shit. You can take my word for it. Maybe I can assemble all this before I put that on. Maybe I do need to do that. Can I? The problem is, what I don't want to do is assemble all of this and then find out I can't put this in. But we'll do it most of the way, so I can try to pull it apart if it gets weird. I don't know if that made sense. All right, so. All right, so. Now, if I do that most of the way, can I still get this in? Again, I'm not going to try to force anything because that would be silly of me to force, because this plastic is not necessarily that brittle, but clear is a little bit more brittle than the regular plastic. Yeah, this needs to slide in here. So let's pull that apart. This is still looking all right. This is still looking all right. That's looking all right. And this needs to be in here. Okay. Now. Oops. Where did... Oh, it fell inside of it. I was like, where did the poly cap that the head is going to sit in go? And the answer was it fell inside of the kit. So that's not the worst place to go if you're going to slide out of the spot you're supposed to be in. Okay. Let's just connect all this and then we'll see how it goes. Come on. And again, I'm trying not to force anything that doesn't want to go together, but I will say this poly cap doesn't want to go together. It's frustrating. Come on. Come on. Oh, I fell back. God damn it. All right. So stay there. You stay there. And then get this together here. Ah. Gotta laugh sometimes. Laugh so you don't cry. We're going to talk about AEW Revolution, which is happening tomorrow night. I have bought the stream of it. I'll be watching it tomorrow. All right, we got this connected. As soon as I started talking about wrestling, it was all good. What a lovely surprise. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We know some of the matches here going into it, so we can talk about that. I'm going to refresh here. I was wondering if we were going to find out what was going on with Julia Hart, if she was going to defend the belt. She's not defending the belt, but she is competing in a tag match. Julia Hart was on the injured list for undisclosed injury and is going to be competing, which is great. I still need to order it, says Lashbrook. It's going to be a lot of wrestling as I need to catch up on Rampage and Collision tomorrow. That's a lot of wrestling. Yeah, I'm going to watch Collision tonight. I'm going to watch the West Coast feed after this stream, because that's when I normally watch Collision. I did watch Rampage. There's one match that, you know, you kind of need for tomorrow, but not really, because like it doesn't really matter. That show was fine. All right, so I don't think I need this to be connected for this to slide in here, but it does need to slide in. I mean, I was saying I don't think I need this to be. Okay, there we go. This piece did not want to fit in there, and now it does fit in there, and that's great. And that was frustrating. This chest part was weird. Now we're moving on to the head, which does include one sticker, the eye stickers. The smaller of the two eye stickers, because the body, the waist also has eyes. But this is the head eyes. You'll get it. You'll get it once I start putting it together. So we need B9, which is this piece here. We need B10 and 11. So we'll get those together. So Julia Hart and Sky Blue are taking on Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale in the pre-show. I wish that the later 8-man All-Star Scramble was in the pre-show, and I wish this tag match was not in the pre-show and in the main show, and then we would have 6 women competing on the main card instead of 2. I'm glad this match is happening. I'm glad this match is occurring at all, I should say, but I would prefer it if it was happening with on the main card. I think it's going to be a fun tag match. But yeah, I would love to see it on the main shoe. And then we have a 12-man tag match. That's 6-on-6. It is the Bang Bang Scissor Gang, which is the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn. So Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, Billy Gunn. And the Bullet Club Gold, which is Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, and Jay White. They are the baby faces somehow. Taking on Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, and Jay Lethal. They do not have a trio's name, a group name, along with their manager, and also Karen Jarrett. But they are colloquially considered the name Total Nonstop Assholes. That was coined by Cultaholics Tom Campbell, and Jeff has decided he hates it. I don't think he hates it. I don't think they can actually officially be called Total Nonstop Assholes or Arseholes, mainly because that's his TNA, and Impact went back to using the TNA name. I think it is funny, but I don't think they could. I don't think they're going to be able to call themselves Total Nonstop Assholes. Anyway, they're teaming up with a Private Party, Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy, who they are a heel tag team, and they have been recruiting for a new third member. They've been trying people out, and they've been trying out baby faces, and it doesn't work out. And so their new trio partner for this match is Willie Mack, who rules. And I'm glad Willie is getting a pre-show pay-per-view payday. Even if it is the pre-show, I'm glad old Willie is getting paid. It's a weird match to be in. I can't wait. I just can't wait for everyone knows it's coming. Jay White is going to turn his back on them. They're going to unify the trio's belts between the Ring of Honor belts and the AW belts. They should do that. Jay White this is a fun babyface run, but he is best as a heel, and it is weird for them to pretend anything to the contrary. So I am looking forward to him just beating the shit out of Billy Gunn, having a nice heel time. That's the pre-show. There could be another one, because it used to be like, well, we've got a lot of stuff in Zero we want to talk about. Well, now they do the pre-show where they start at like 6:30 Eastern and just kind of hang out for a while. So I could see them doing that. This is why this is a non-grade, because this is only one. This is one big piece right here. This is not multiple pieces snapped together. The whole back of the the giant head is one big piece. So you know you're dealing with a non-grade. It's weird that this is all just one piece, but it is. So this is the butt of the body here. And it's going to go in here. Yep, and it'll live there. And then I need to put some boosters on the butt here. So there might be another pre-show match, and we'll talk about the matches that are announced for the main card. That's 2 pre-show matches announced, and then 9 show matches on the card. This is going to be a long fucking night of wrestling, because a few of these are... I mean, a couple of them could be short, but a bunch of them are going to fucking go. Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong for the AEW International Championship. Look, Roderick Strong is going to win this one because the top heel faction in the company has nothing and no heat. So they're going to win anything they're involved in. There's a ton of people involved in cheat. It's going to be a whole thing. Will it be the show? Will it be the show of the night or the match of the night? No. Will it be good? Yeah. These are all competent wrestlers. It'll be fine. It might be, it might be a lot of cheating and get a lot of boos, but yeah. Orange Cassidy doesn't need a mid-card belt. He should be getting involved in the main event scene, or have a tag run, or have everyone in Best Friends turn heel. And you're like, how does Orange Cassidy work as a heel? I've never seen that. I don't know how that would work. He's great. All the lazy stuff is easy to boo. And his being disrespectful and rolling out of the ring. All that shit is, some people love it, but like, you can boo that if he sucks. And also the other members of Best Friends are all incredibly great at being heels. I'm talking Trent Beretta. Ooh, what a great heel. Rocky Romero, transcendent heel. He already works heel in Mexico. They'll just unify that stuff. And Chuck Taylor, the Kentucky Gentleman. The Kentucky Gentleman is sarcastic. Chuck Taylor is a fantastic heel. He is a broad and somehow both broad and nuanced heel. I would love that if they just took a heel summer. I don't think they will, because they make money being the good guys. But if they turned heel, it'll be fucking rad. All right, so this is gonna go over here for now. These are the eyebrows. This kit has... It's the V-fin, but they look like eyebrows. They're somehow the eyebrows and the beam sabers and the V-fin. This kit's so fucking weird. I love it. Let's see. What else we got? The main event... should be the main event. Might actually be the first match, because Sting's going to be the main event. Sting retirement is going to be the main event. There's no way it's not the main event. So the other big match that will be on the card. Lord Crashing wants me the dance button. You know what? I will hit the dance button, Lord Crashing. And give me 1 second to find the piece I need, and then I will hit that dash or dance button. New month, new dance song. Here we go. Hey. Oh yeah, those toms come in. That song has all of the percussion. It's got a very funky, great bass line to it. And then they just said, this song needs percussion. All of the percussion. And I appreciate that. It's a good jam. So yeah, that's the new dance song. What might be the first match on the card, because it's not going to be the main event, is Samoa Joe defending his championship against Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland with Prince and Nana. I don't know how this is going to go. Every outcome is great. Hangman getting a second run with the belt, cheating as much as he can, being heelish, making damn sure that Swerve Strickland does not get a title shot against him, and just slipping farther and farther to the dark side. Fuck yeah, that rules. I'm here for that. I would love that. The other idea, Swerve Strickland, who is by all intents and purposes a heel and should be treated as such, but can also work babyface and is loved. Find the first black AEW world champion would be great. And not just because, like, oh, well, someone needs to win it, so I guess it should be Swerve. Like, no. Totally deserving of it. Totally, like, makes sense to have that. Should be the guy. Makes sense as the guy. And then also Samoa Joe defending his title. Making it more than just a win. Samoa Joe, a tremendous champion. A guy that looks the part, acts the part, is believable. He came in, he is ostensibly the babyface and the heel. Samoa Joe is beyond labels. He is beyond good guy and bad guy. He is just the toughest son of a bitch there. He makes that belt. That belt doesn't really need him to make it, but he does make that belt. Literally, I don't care who wins. I said, if Hangman wins and then they forget about the part where Hangman has been acting like a heel and acting like an asshole, then that would be a shame. Also, they kind of fucked up Hangman's first reign because they didn't know what to do once he won, because that reign was all about the chase, and then he won and didn't have anything. They didn't have anything after that. And they kept putting him up against baby faces where the crowd would rather cheer for a babyface Bryan Danielson than the champ, like duh. Or Adam Cole, who even though he was a heel, was loved and is beloved. And like, yeah, that reign was bad, so they could fix that. But I would honestly maybe be okay with him not getting another chance for a long time. So I don't really know how that's going to go. I can't really predict. I'm sure someone will do somebody in one of the Discords I'm in will do a poll for stuff, some voting, and I don't know. I think I'm sticking with Joe. I would like Swerve Strickland to be fully babyface and chasing Joe and winning it one-on-one. So I would like Samoa Joe to retain, and that sends Hangman completely and utterly over the edge and leads to Samoa Joe versus Swerve. Fuck it. Give Swerve the belt at All In. Like, sure, give him the belt at All In. Make that the match. Go that way. I don't fucking know exactly how they're going to do it, but they need to do something. All right, so this is going to go in here. Cover this up. Where do you go? How do you fit in here? Oh, fit in like this? Oh, okay, yeah, you fit like that. Great. All right. The AEW Women's World Championship is on the line. Timeless Toni Storm is defending her championship against her former good friend, Deonna Purrazzo. I think Deonna has been a credible threat. I think she looks great in this. I don't think she is going to win. I think that Timeless Toni Storm is just a gimmick that is great, and they are probably saving it for Mariah May to take it off of her, or Mercedes Moné, perhaps. But Toni Storm is, I think Mercedes versus Deonna would be great, but I think Toni Storm versus Mercedes like makes sense. But I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to go for it. I could see a switch where Mariah May betrays Toni Storm so that Deonna Purrazzo wins, turning Toni babyface in the process. I could see that happening and then maybe Deonna is a heel. So then, I don't know. That's a possibility. That is my theory on how they take the belt off of her, but I don't think they want to. So I don't know. That's going to be a great match, though, because those two are going to work really well together. Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. Eddie Kingston has only beaten Bryan Danielson once in their entire career. It was in the semifinals to get the opportunity to fight for that, to win this championship, this cup. Bryan Danielson has not won a title in AEW. This would also give Bryan Danielson a title in New Japan. And more of a reason to wrestle there. Oh, of course, he doesn't really need a reason there. He can just be there. All of these are great reasons for Bryan Danielson to win, except Bryan Danielson is retiring this year, and he shouldn't be held down with belts. And Eddie Kingston forcing Bryan Danielson to win, and Bryan being forced to shake his hand, which he will not do. I do not think he will actually do that. I don't think he'll actually go along with it. All of this is so much better. Eddie should win. I mean, I'm always going to say Eddie Kingston should win because Eddie rules, and it makes more sense for Eddie to win, but I could see a world where they give it to Bryan because Bryan hasn't held a belt in AEW, and he's going to become less full-time. I don't know. I feel like BD doesn't... Yes, I don't think Bryan Danielson needs a belt. I think Bryan Danielson continuing to hate Eddie Kingston is the way to go. Everyone in Blackpool Combat Club hating Eddie Kingston with a fiery passion, except for Jon Moxley, who does not want to hate Eddie Kingston, but does wish that the guys in his crew liked Eddie Kingston. And also enjoying fighting Eddie Kingston, I think is very fun and a great dynamic. And that dynamic should, I think, continue. God, this kid is so weird. So weird. So weird. It's so weird. I only put the back pieces on here, and then we need the 3. We're almost done with this kit. There's a variation we can do to it as well. Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita. This is a inter-group feud. Will and Takeshita are both in the Don Callis family. The obvious answer to this is Will Ospreay wins, but he's getting kicked out of the group. Or Takeshita, they cheat, so Takeshita wins, and they're kicked Will out. The twist of it, because everybody wants to cheer for Will, and it just makes sense. The twist of it that could come is, actually, they're going to kick Takeshita out. Or I guess they don't kick anybody out. I don't know. This is just going to be a great match. I don't think this needed to be the pay-per-view match. I know they want Will on the card as soon as possible. I get that. I don't think this match needs to happen on the pay-per-view, but whatever. It could be a main event of a Dynamite, in my opinion. Lord Crash says, I saw videos of Big E winning his WWE title, which wasn't a long reign the other day for his birthday, and how happy Kofi and Xavier were for him. Do you see Xavier Woods winning the belt at some point? No. Xavier Woods did the thing they gave Xavier Woods the thing he wanted, which was to be king of the ring. Xavier Woods has said publicly and privately he never saw himself as a world champion. He saw himself as king of the ring. And they brought back, because they it comes and goes. They don't do it every year. They brought it back specifically for him to win. That's his world title. Big E, if he is healthy enough to come back, could become a champion again. Especially with 2 world title belts. He could win it again, and that makes sense. I don't see them. The thing with Xavier Woods is he's ready to retire when Kofi retires. Like, he's got career options more than just about any wrestler in the world. He's got career options. As the second he's done, he's golden. Because then all the stuff that he can't do right now because he's too busy wrestling, he can suddenly do. It's Kronos is rating of the party is 6. Welcome, our second raid of the night. How lovely. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome the old Build With Baer Workshop. We're working on a weird kit. It's the clear version of the Devil Gundam from G Gundam, which we are pretty much body complete, although there's another version of this that we can do. There's another build portion of this kit we can make. But we're going to do we'll do the short legs. You know what? Let's do the short one first, and then we'll do the long body second. The long torso. We'll get into the smaller one first, and then we'll do the longer one. This kit is so weird. We'll get it together here. I think we got to do arms up, if I remember right. Twist this out, and then this will go in like that. Yeah. Yep, this kit is so weird. I'll turn it on like this so you can see it. It is the top half of a mobile suit coming out of the bottom of a mobile suit, of a giant head of a bigger mobile suit. It's wonderful nonsense. Nice. I just got finished building the RG Astrea red frame, but I need the decals. Nice. That's a great real grade. I have built a lot of red frames. Those are fun kits. The other AEW pay-per-view matches we got are the TNT Championship, Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia. I still feel like Christian Cage is going to retain this. Edge, I think Edge takes the belt off of him or Adam Copeland. Sorry, so I don't think it's going to be Daniel Garcia. Although it'd be fucking rad if it was Daniel Garcia, but I don't think it is. And then there's the All-Star Scramble where the winner gets a future title match. Chris Jericho versus Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Lance Archer versus Hook versus Brian Cage versus Magnus, who is from CMLL, versus the winner of the match in Collision that just happened tonight, which is Dante Martin. And the winner of that is going to be Wardlow. Wardlow's going to win that. There's no reasonable other option. It's going to be Wardlow. The second kit I've ever built. Wow, your second kit is a real grade. That's some dedication. Just so you know, I'm sure you know this, but I want to mention for the people that rated and for the people that are watching the streams normally, if this is your first stream, hello. If you're new to the hobby as well, real grades are difficult because they're the 144 scale like a high grade, but they're detailed like a master grade, but tiny. So hell yeah, good on you. Real grades are not where I would say should not be your second kit, in my opinion, unless you have a lot of experience doing other kinds of building. Those are really detailed. Hell yeah, all right. But yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to do. So good on you. All right, so this kit, the one version of this kit is done here, and there's a variation. But we'll take a couple photos here. And the final match in the the AEW, is Sting and Darby Allin, the tag champions, defending them against the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. And this is Sting's last match. The wrestler Sting is retiring after this match. They are the tag champions. They have had no title defenses. They will lose. It does not make sense for them to win this, and for the only way they retain is if Sting and Darby win, and then Sting faces Darby tomorrow night as a bonus match of like, no, we can't end like this. You and I have to fight. Like, that's the only way that works. It's your first time trying this kind of hobby, but I love it. It's a blast. Hell yeah, I'm glad. But yeah, real great. That is an interesting place to start. All right, so we saw version 1 of this. We're going to do the other version of this. There's like, we can do this thing where if you do it like this, then this kind of becomes a big head. It doesn't work right. The big head mode never looks great, but you can do the big head mode with this. What we got here? What happened here? Oh, we got a new follow. Thank you for the follow. Punixel? Welcome. Sting versus Darby for the belts. One man with the tag belts. I mean, that I don't know. Whoa, indeed. Coworker doesn't think the Bucks are going to win. No, so Sting is so old school. Sting is not winning his last match. He's not winning his retirement match. Like, that's just not happening. He didn't want to win, supposedly. Paul Punksy Pie. Thank you for telling me. Supposedly Sting did not want to win the tag belts, and that was like, they were like, no, we really want to do this. We want to make this a big deal. We want you to have a title in AEW, yada yada yada. But yeah, I don't see a world where Sting doesn't walk out of there with a loss. He goes out on his back. In fact, he gets pinned. Like, he gets pinned by Matt or Nick. Doesn't matter which of them. And they lose the belts that way. And then everyone has a teary goodbye. And they play Kiss. They don't play Kiss from a Rose. That was a joke. They play some song. And everybody's just like, oh, beaten up because Sting is done. So this is the big version of this. And then we have the bonus piece that goes in here. That makes it the full face. Which I have to remember how to slide in here. Because there's two versions to this kit. There it is. Just kind of lives in there. So now we have the extended torso version. And I'll show you what that looks like. There's the extended torso version with the front face plate attachment, which is nonsense. And we'll take a photo of that. Oh, yeah. So this kit is the Devil Gundam from G Gundam. It is the big bad. If you watch the dub of G Gundam, it is called the Dark Gundam because in the 90s, they didn't want to call it the God Gundam and the Devil Gundam, which I understand. But still, that's what they're called. This is the Devil Gundam. It's not the Dark Gundam. But yeah, here's the Devil Gundam, which I'm going to take a photo of real quick. Get some photography going here. And then there is one version of this left to do, which is to do this. To make it the head. To make it somehow look more like a head, which it doesn't, but sure. The version that looks more like a head is when you do this part. Because there you go. Now you can see it with the torso coming off. It kind of just looks like a big head this way. Sort of. It looks more like a big head. It's nonsense, but yeah. So you can take that out. Put this part in. And then kind of situate it like this. And then it's more of a big head. This is one of the weirdest kits. And I'm happy I got to build it on stream. I'm happy that I was able to do this complete and utter weirdo kit. Whoops. Now it's too top heavy to lay like I wanted to lay it. Take a photo. So I'm just going to take a photo like this. I'm going to take that piece off. And we'll just look at the base of it that does look like a head. Because some people were like, that doesn't really look like a head. I'm like, no, it's a head. This is a goddamn head. One of the weirdest kits. I love it so much. I don't know if it's going to go on display. Excuse me. On display back here. But I'm definitely keeping it for a while. And we'll see. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to go on display or not. But it is just good and weird. And I do love a good and weird kit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a wild, weird thing. And the clear is so nice. The clear makes up for a lot of the, this kit doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work. Like, the clear part makes up for a lot of nonsense in it, which I appreciate. Because, yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So, having it be clear helps a lot with it being a really weird thing. All right, and then this goes in here. Come on. If I do it like that, then it works. Then it fits better. Yeah. Kind of have to put it on backwards for the faceplate to fit on right. It's a mess of a kit. It's just a mess, but it does look great. So yeah, if you put the legs on backwards, sometimes that fits better. It's a weird thing. Oh yeah, I love a clear kit. I love the colored clear. It just turned out great. I thought this was going to take the whole stream. It didn't take the whole stream, so we're going to move on to our next kit. But obviously, I don't know, obviously. This might go on my display. It might join the world there. I have to decide. I don't know yet. But we are going to move on to the next kit that we were building tonight, which is the Hyaku Shiki. The Hyaku Shiki, which is a Zeta Gundam. It is the Zeta Gundam Hyaku Shiki. I am excited to build this. We're moving on to another cool-looking gold kit. A kit that I'm very surprised I've never built. This is a 2016 release of this kit. Our gold friend, our gold Zeta, basically. We do need to... let's see. So what should we do next year? Okay, we're doing this. Right. I love this kit. It's fantastic. I got an update. So let's see. Put that on there. I can take this out. So yeah, we're going to get our gold friend. And the gold, you know, it doesn't necessarily look as good as the box art, but it's still good. Let's go to this screen for just a second here so I can add in the name of the kit that we are working on. Clear version, Gundam, Hyaku Shiki. And then that's actually the full name of this is the Zeta Gundam, right? It's the Zeta Gundam Hyaku Shiki. Let's see. Hyaku Shiki is prototype mobile suit from Zeta Gundam. No, I think it is just called the SMN Hyaku Shiki. Okay, so that was just called that. Great. Couldn't remember. It's been a while. So yeah, we'll just call that the Hyaku Shiki. Call that. What just happened here? Dirty wants me to hit the dance button. Welcome, Dirty. Hello. Yes. Yes, that's right. The completely new pilot. Hello, Dirty. Welcome. I'll hit the dance button. For folks that are new, because we did get a bunch of raids tonight, hello. People use their channel points to have me play a song that won't get me demonetized. That is fine. And it is the dance song. It's a new month, so it's a new song. Here we go. Here's the new song. We already played it once. Let's play it again. Lashberg says, I just had a thought. You think they retire the current tag belts with string and give the Bucks some ultra gaudy EVP belts? I could see them doing that. I would say they don't retire belts unless, you know, like, it's one thing to retire the belts and be like, oh yeah, you keep these. If they had like been a long time tag champs, but they just won the belts and haven't defended them until tomorrow. So it's not like it's like they debuted a different TNT title and gave the one that Brody won to his son. You know, that's the only other title they've ever retired the design. They've updated some of the designs, but that's the only one. And then of course, MJF had his own custom belt. But that's a different story. So retiring a belt, I think they wouldn't do that for a belt that, like, the tag belts are not, what I'm trying to say is the tag belts are not synonymous with Sting. So Sky has the Lakers TNT title. You're right, yes. So there have been some custom belts, but that's not the same thing. I think giving Sting a custom, unique tag belt that he gets after is something they could and maybe would do. Right now, I'm just putting my sprues here on my sorting shelf thing so that I can easily get at them. This, again, a kit from the year 2016. One nice clear piece here on E, so that's good. Some color, obviously, mostly gold. The other kit we built that we finished here, our Devil Gundam, had no panel lining necessary because it, of course, was clear, and you don't need to put panel lines on a clear kit. You can, but I think it's unnecessary. So this will have some stickers that we'll be using here, some small stickers. Got to do some color correcting stickers, and it's got some poly caps, and it will require some panel lining because black marker is going to look so fucking good on this gold, everybody. Yeah, so I have, you know what, I can actually show you here. We'll go to the main here as I'm sorting here. I have these things. These are, I got these at an office supply company. And I have a bunch of them, and they stack. So they can stack like that. You can see one of these is even damaged, and it's fine. Oh, there. And they stack like that when I don't need them. And then they stack like this. And they take up very little room when you put all 6 of them down. And they are big enough that you can stack like multiples together. If you're like, oh, I'll just put all of my C and D in the same thing. Because I don't have a lot of room. I don't have very much room for where I can keep my sprues off to the side. Because this is a square table. So that works out well. Let me zoom back in here. Pardon me. Get back to the zoom here. Get the zoomies. There we go. Look good. And I just use those because they are, yeah, they get really tangled. Yes. Yeah, I am using a square card table. It's a heavy plastic card table. So it's not like a card, that kind of card table, but more like, I guess playing cards is what card table means. Yes, this is a heavy duty plastic one that doesn't fold, which is great. But I am using that as my main build surface. And so I have a tray table with these on here, and it doesn't take up much room. It collapses really easily, which is good, but does keep everything organized. I have tried the upright ones with the dividers, the ones that have the dividers there that are heavy plastic. I found I don't like those. There's probably one that's more expensive than the ones that I bought previously that I would like better, because sometimes the, you get the cheaper low grade ones. But I don't know. This works. I went back to it. Okay. So, I am not going to go through, because it's already quarter after, I'm not going to go through my polish for the cause, the lengthy polish for the cause that I do normally. I will just say, for folks that are, hit the follow button if you haven't already. We had a follower tonight, which is a new follower, which is great. Also, you can see here in the top, it says 30 out of 50. My subscriber goal is 50. We always want to get to 50. I shut up when we get to 50. If you would like to become a subscriber, you're more than welcome to do that. You're obviously under no obligation to become a subscriber, but it would be cool if you did. You get cool emotes, and you don't see pre-roll ads. You don't see ads, during the stream or anything like that. Consider becoming a subscriber. It would be nice for me. You don't have to. And then, is there any video that I'm like, you gotta watch this video? I would like more people to watch this Kuma Baer episode. My last name is Baer, and I have a series called Kuma Baer, because bear is in Japanese. Kuma is the Japanese word for bear. So Kuma Baer is a YouTube series I'm doing, where I recommend anime every week. It's your weekly anime recommendation, and I'm talking this week about My Love Story, which is a fantastic romantic comedy that you can find subtitled on Crunchyroll and dubbed on Hulu if you're looking for the dub. It is a fantastic high school romance with 2 lovable weirdos, and it is great, where the very handsome main character archetype is the supportive best friend, and the usual goofy supportive best friend that gets thrown a bone at the end is the main love care interest in the show. And that's so, it shouldn't be weird, but the hot guy is the best friend, and that's awesome. It's just like a whole slew of great characters trying to figure shit out. A+ all around. And there's some action and some drama, but it's mostly a lovely comedic romance. So check out me gushing about that for a minute and then see if that's a show that you would like to check out. What does this... Okay, so this is 2016, which means we do not have English text yet. I believe I know what these terms mean, but I am still going to use the translation app to figure that out. That's my recommendation for folks that are new to the hobby and you are picking up old kits and you are like, shit, I can't read this and this text is probably important. Get the Google Translate app. And it says Undergate. So, let's see. Can I put this so you can see what I see? Undergate. Oh, it did it for a second there. Anyway, this says Undergate. So that means there's little nubbins on there. If you did a real grade, you'll know all about the undergating. There are little nubbins there that we got to deal with. And then what does this text say? Want to use efficiently, please paste 8. Case 1, 2, 3 will not be pasted. That's the head. So what it means by, and the literal translation of, if you want to use effective use, please paste 8. In that case, 1, 2, 3 will not be pasted. That means that the stickers we have here, there are, we can do a bunch of small stickers, or we can do the easy one, which is, I guess I'm not explaining this properly. We can do 1, 2, or 3 here where we're doing like a backing and then like these are all separate stickers and going to be a pain in the ass. The effective way to do it is just to use the silver on there because it's just silver. And I don't know yet. I won't know until I look at the head what stickers we want to use. But basically it's telling you like, hey, if you just wanted to like bang this out and do the easy thing is use sticker 8. Just use the silver sticker on there. But if you want to get detailed with it and you want to mess around, you can use the other ones. But it does look like this head has most of the stickers, if not all of them. The head and the shoulder appears to have all of the stickers here. Well, one shoulder. Yeah, okay, yeah. The shoulders have all the stickers, is what it looks like. All the stickers are the head or the shoulders. Okay, I understand that. So yeah, the Translate app, this is the thing that I should have been using for years and it just never fucking occurred to me. I did it because I got the app eventually because I was trying to understand some stuff in a forum about women's wrestling. So I had to do that. I should say this real quick because we're going to talk about some anime in a minute that I've been watching. I do want to say there is a silly thing that happened to me on Twitter, which I think is very fun. So a friend of mine tweeted something that I was like, oh, that's fun. I will, let's see. Sorry, I want to find the tweet. Let's see. I can't find it. Can't find the tweet that I'm looking for. Let's see. Can I find this original tweet? Here we go. So a friend of mine, Alex, aka Yelix, said, to be a white guy is a constant struggle where you think a lot of things about Japan are interesting, but you don't want to be all weird about it. Which, like, look, he's not a comedian, but he is a funny guy. This is mostly said in jest, but there is a hint of truth of it. Do not take it abundantly seriously that he is said, but he's basically saying, like, one of the things you have to be careful of when you are a white dude is to be incredibly chatterbox about Japanese stuff because, like, you don't want to be that guy, which I know that, and I am constantly aware of that because I talk a lot about anime and Japanese wrestling. So I know that I have to be like, all right, well, I'm talking about these things because I want to share my thoughts about them and my love of it. But I don't want to be considered a fetishist for like any kind of Asian culture. or that I know more about a thing than other people. I don't want to consider. I find myself fairly knowledgeable about certain elements of those things, but I have never been to Japan. I can only speak so much on the hobbies I enjoy that are a Japanese origin. So my reply to my friend was, I have to constantly check in with myself. Am I talking too much about this Japanese wrestling promotion that's full of kick-ass ladies? Of course, that's Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, which I do talk about on here quite a bit. I try not to tweet about it too much. And in the Discord that I am very active in, that has a wrestling channel where I am very active in that, there are a couple other people who are also into Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. So we do talk about that, but I try not to make it overwhelming for the folks that just are never going to care about that. So that's just like me replying to my friend. You know, we have mutuals. Some people like that tweet. It is what it is. It's fine, right? Here's the thing. His tweet became kind of popular. Let me look at the stats on Yelix's tweet. 4.3 thousand retweets. That's pretty good. 83,000 likes. So obviously a couple bigger accounts than him, certainly bigger than me, retweeted it. One thing you should know, I was one of the first people to reply, and because at first anyway, it didn't have a lot of responses from Twitter Blue people or X-Premium people, my tweet got seen by a lot of people who were looking at that tweet. So I got 100 likes on mine, way more than I would normally for a thing. And again, this is just a reply. But one thing that was kind of nice is that I got a decent amount of people going, which one? Because there are multiple women's wrestling promotions. There are like 6 of them. And then somebody being like, well, I don't know about it. Please, I would like to know more about it. It's like, how kick-ass are they? Like, and it was lovely. And I was able to tell people directly, like, well, it's Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, and they do this, and that they have a streaming service along with some other promotions that you can check out. And sometimes they have commentary, sometimes they don't. And it was really nice. And there was only, so far anyway, I'll say, only one person who was weird. Who was like, how much of it is you wanting to have sex with them? Which is like, look, I'm a human being. But also, I'm 43. I'm going to be 44 this summer. I think the oldest person in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling is like in her early 30s. I ain't thinking about having sex with anybody in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. They're all like niece ages for me. You know what I mean? Like, a couple of them are teenagers or in their early 20s. It's a young woman's sport, pro wrestling. So it's just like, no, that's not. I can appreciate them. I'm much more invested in the storyline romances between the wrestlers, because even if they are not open about it, because they're doing the whole idol thing, a bunch of them characters are definitely gay, and a bunch of the women are definitely gay. So, like, I'm much more invested of, like, Daisy Monkey are clearly a couple that wrestles together. Like, I'm much more invested in that than I am, like, Miyu Yamashita should kick me. Because that's not what I'm into about wrestlers. Miyu Yamashita is fucking cool as hell. Her gimmick is she's fucking cool as hell. And it looks like her kicks very much hurt. But I'm not pining after wrestlers in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. I just want them to all do well and have cool wrestles and have fun. I want Shino to get her first singles victory. She's never had a singles victory in the 1 year she's wrestled. I I want Daisy Monkey to win the tag belts. I'd like to see Miyu beat Miyu. I don't think Miyu is going to beat Miyu, but I would like it to. I would like that to happen. I don't think it's going to. One is spelled M-I-U, the other is spelled M-I-Y-U, and they are different. It's Miyu and Miyu. But yeah. I think Miyu Yamashita does not need to be champion anymore. And Miyu Watanabe should win that belt. And I don't think it's going to happen. But anyway, I was thrilled that there were so many people. And now there are people replying to people that replied to me and being like, oh, well, if you don't want to invest in that, like, watch SmackDown. Because there are like 3 Japanese women that are wrestling on SmackDown, and it's fucking, and Asuka is the coolest. And I'm like, damn right, Asuka is the coolest. Fuck yeah. And they're like, oh, if you have a cable thing, you can watch Rampage and see Rio versus Trish Adora. That's basically a Joshi match, and it was really fucking good. I don't know. I'm thrilled about it. I'm happy. All right, am I messing something up here? I'm gonna pull this apart here. I'm gonna try to be more focused. All right, so that's gotta go like that. That's right, and then this piece is right. I can't believe I've never built the Hyaku Shiki. It's wild that I haven't built this kit before, but it just looks so goddamn good. Our good golden friend. I'm excited to put this together. But right now, this piece is not connecting. It should. I am going to wait on talking about anime, and we're going to do 4 shows on Monday. And so we won't do Manga Monday, and I'll just get caught up on that. Now is the part of the stream, though, where I would like to hear from you, dear viewer. What are you watching now? What are you playing? Are you up to anything? Are you getting in any video games or anything else? Any shenanigans? What's going on with you? I'd like to hear. Did you go to the movies this weekend? You reading anything that you're like, oh, Pat, I can't wait to tell you about this. If you're watching any anime, you can let me know. If you're keeping up on Frieren or you're watching Solo Leveling is kicking so much fucking ass right now. It is such a great interpretation of the manhwa. It's kicking ass. Let me know. Oh, got all connected. Good. Let me know what you're up to, what you're watching. While you're thinking of that, I'll tell you that I am taking a Balatro break because that game is threatening to take over my free time, and I had a bunch of stuff to do. I had to clean my whole house today because I've been keeping up with it, but I hadn't been keeping up with it enough. So I had to get in there and really clean since my folks are returning tomorrow from their extended vacation. Lovely vacation they were able to take. So happy for them. But I had to do a lot of cleaning today, and Balatro is eating into my free time. It's really got its hooks in me. Because Hearthstone, I can just do my dailies. I can get in my dailies and get what I need done, get my quest done in Hearthstone and be done with it and feel good about that and have fun in Hearthstone. Win a little bit, lose a little bit, move on to the next thing. No problem. Easy peasy. But I do run into some what should I do now? In Helldivers 2. I played a bunch of Helldivers 2 yesterday. Had my crew together. Had a good time with Helldivers 2. Continues to be just a fucking kick-ass video game. Much easier to get in there. Not really worried. It is my multiplayer crew. Having a good time with that. We're in it to win it. Trying to pick up them big victories. Still feeling really good about that. I'm getting better at it. My crew is still very good at killing bugs. We're getting better at killing robots. We're not great at killing robots. We're getting better at it, but we are having a good time. My D&D crew did not meet today, unfortunately, but the collective that I am a part of. I did get a game in. I didn't even have to DM this game. Played a little Fiasco with some people I've known before, a couple new people. It was a fun game of Fiasco. I was a anthropomorphized wolf who throws knives. I was a knife-throwing wolf man, and that was very fun and silly. We were doing a, like, kind of Fables style world, which was very fun. That is a character I've used before. In the one-offs that I do, I often am DMing or GMing, so it was nice to play. There was a GM who was looking for a crew, and they were looking for one more, and the call went out, and I was like, I would love to jump in. What are we doing? And it was like, anthropomorphized animals. You can be whatever. We'll roll randomized for what kind of weapons you use and what kind of class you are. And so I was a rogue that threw knives, and then so I was like, I don't know, I kind of just want to be a wolf, see what's up, because there was already 2 bears. And I was like, well, I can't be another bear, even though I would instinctively want to be a bear. It was like, we don't, if we're not all bears, because there were 5 of us, and there were 2 bears, and there was a flying squirrel, and a tiger. And I was like, well, I don't want to be 3. We don't need 3 bears. So I if we were all bears, it would be one thing, but we weren't all bears. So I went with a wolf, which was fun. It was a knife-throwing wolf. That was a good time. It's fun to just mix that up. I love my D&D crew. I'm hoping we can get together this week. It looks like Wednesday we're going to be able to play during the day, 'cause the schedule's lined up pretty well for that, because it's been a little while since we've been able to get together. But I love my D&D crew, so I'm excited to get in there, have my Echo Knight punch some stuff with his echoes, which he is aware that they exist and who they are and what they do. It's a good time. Laura Crashes says, enjoying Final Fantasy VII Rebirth so far. I reached the point where a character shows up to open up the open world for you to explore for real. Hey, you got to the open world part. Nice. I've heard there's a lot of intro in that, so I am glad that you are able to get in there and do your thing. Good on you. Have fun. A13 is this piece here. A13 and then E1. We'll get in there. A13 and then E1. Dirty says, I played some Pacific Drive today. Enjoyed watching Sting go out like a punk in Dune 1984. Once again, think I'll check out Dune 1 Part 1 tomorrow. Nice, yeah. I have not seen Dune 2. I have seen Dune Part 1, the remake there. And that continues to, that was good. I'm just not a movie-going guy. I have not been to the movies in quite some time. I don't expect to go to see Dune 2 in the movie theater, but I will see it at some point. And I'm sure that I will enjoy it when I go. It's just I don't know when that will be. And I'm glad you playing some Pacific Drive. Hell yeah! I hope you're enjoying that game. All right, so then we need E1. I still haven't decided what sticker I'm going to use here, but we can at least put the clear face. Our only clear piece on here. This is a great time to have a clear piece. I'm going to try to remove this quickly and easily here. It goes like that. Great. Done. Lashberg says, saw Dune. I assume you mean Dune. You saw Dunk. No, you saw Dune Part 2 today, and it was good. It was interesting to see as someone whose point of reference is Lynch's Dune. Yeah. Yeah, if you're not like a Dune book person and you just have the previous interpretation of it as your frame of reference, I could see that being either frustrating or pretty fucking cool. To just see a completely different take on it. But yeah, I hope you're having fun with it. Okay, so basically I can put a sticker on here and then put the clear over it, or I can put a sticker on the clear piece. This is going to go in here. So I could just put a bunch of stickers on top of it, or I could just put a silver sticker behind it and then just the piece on there. or I could put a silver sticker over the clear piece. I have just put the piece on, so, but I can get it out because it's not fully on. I am going to do the silver sticker and then the clear piece over the silver sticker, and we are going to go easy on this because these are very fucking tiny stickers that I don't want to deal with. So we're just doing that. We are doing the easy route, which is to put sticker 6 on there and then put a clear piece over the silver sticker. Because I think that's going to look just fine. You called it Dunk to differentiate from Dune in reference to the poster title treatment. So thank you for explaining that, Lashbrook. I did not get that reference. So I appreciate you pointing that out because I don't believe I saw that movie poster title treatment that made it look like it said Dunk. Seems like Dune 2 popcorn bucket is pretty poor for allowing you to eat popcorn. Yeah. It's just to get people talking. It's a good viral marketing campaign. I mean, there's been so many worse ones. So I'll take that. Children of Dune miniseries. Sci-fi show, right? Yeah. Dune babies. All right. Sorry I got quiet there. That happens to me now and again. But yeah, I'm mostly just playing games and watching wrestling. That's kind of my thing. But and anime, of course. I talked about solo leveling. I've been keeping up with that. Dungeon Meshi, I still have not. I've only watched the first 2 episodes of Dungeon Meshi because my Netflix was expiring and I didn't feel like getting again. I will get Netflix again, and then I will probably just for a month, and then I'll watch all of Dungeon Meshi because I know it's good, and I know people want me to watch it because there are people out there that would like to talk to me about that anime. So I will see it because that is a big anime that you know I should want to say. So I just could probably get towards here. Yeah. Oh, are you gonna focus? You gonna focus? Wide. Okay, great. So, whoop. You gonna focus? There we go. So you can see there's just a silver sticker behind this white plastic sticker, white clear sticker. And that's just easier than doing a bunch of incredibly tiny stickers that I would have done otherwise that are there. I did that. I did this one instead because it's easier. Because why not? There we go. I've also been playing Fortnite with the season ending soon. Says Lord Crashing did. Hell yeah, enjoy that Fortnite. Got all my solid snake stuff, and I'm working on unlocking more stuff from the battle pass. Still a fun time. Hell yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I have played a little bit more on occasion of Lego Fortnite because we did a stream of it, and I had a good time with that. I wouldn't stick with it because I'm not a guy that plays those kind of crafting games. They're just not my bag. They're not my style. They're not my steez. We can go towards a little bit here. They're not my jam. So I do not expect to pick up more of Lego Fortnite, but it is fun. I said this when I streamed it. I understand why people are into it. I get the appeal of that type of game, and that it's particularly the Lego-ness of it. Lasper says I also have like 40 episodes left of One Piece, and I feel like I'm real close to the moment. So I said this in my video that's going to go out on Monday about One Piece won Best Continuing Series, and Monkey D. Luffy won Best Main Character. And if you're like, Monkey D. Luffy's Best Main Character, One Piece is the best continuing series. First of all, there are only so many shows that are like continuing that are nominated because they don't count kid show. Most of the time, they don't count kid shows because they don't get widely distributed. But 2013 One Piece is a whole fucking thing, my dudes. It is fucking great, and there's a good reason. 2023 Monkey D. Luffy has some shit going on. Some big stuff. Capital B, capital S. Big stuff going on with our boy Luffy. So like, yeah. You're on your way to some fucking to some like, wait, what? Huh? What? It's a lot, Lashbrook. So good luck to you. A lot going on. And then after that, you're gonna have to start watching Case Closed, I guess. Detective Conan. If you're gonna get into another long series, I guess Detective Conan. That's the one to get into. You got to jump around between a lot of different. I think like 2 different streamers maybe to get all that. Finding all the movies is going to be a nightmare, but yeah, just get into Detective Conan. That's the way to go. If you're looking for a big series to sink your teeth into. Lord Crash says, I've been thinking about rewatching OG Dragon Ball Z since I saw people talking about a scene where Vegeta's telling Goku about what Frieza did to his people as he's dying, which I don't remember at all, despite seeing a bunch of that arc on Toonami since they replayed that stuff a bunch. I mean, there are worse things to do with your time than a rewatch of Dragon Ball. I would say if you're going to do a rewatch, you don't do Kai, you just do the whole fucking thing. Like if you're gonna get in, just go in fully, go full hog, watch all of the shit, all of the long episodes that feel like they're also recap episodes somehow, even though there is new information going on, but it also is somehow a recap. And just get real goddamn into it. So really go for it. I can see that. Or Lashbrook. You could watch all of Yu Yu Hakusho. Just get into Yu Yu Hakusho again, or for the first time. There's a lot of episodes of that show. It's not 1,000, but there's like a bunch. Some of Yu Yu Hakusho does not hold up. Some of it is still fucking cool. I wish there wasn't parts. But also some of Dragon Ball Z is weird. So what are you going to do? I occasionally will watch Dragon Ball arcs. I watch some Red Ribbon Army shit because I occasionally want to watch some Red Ribbon Army shit because I think there's some good stuff there. I don't pretend to do the whole thing, and I don't go through all of it, and I don't pretend to do it that often. But once in a while, I get the desire. I am thinking of watching, rewatching, probably this month, season 2 of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, because season 3 is coming out, and I don't remember everything that happened in season 2. And I'm caught up on the manga. So I wouldn't mind rewatching season 2 because there's some good ass power leveling overpowered, or at least the second core of season 2. Because the first core of season 2 I've watched a couple times, so maybe I would just want to watch like the last bunch of them. And honestly, I probably just want to watch that moment where that dude just gets completely got. This long speech of everything they're going to do, and that guy just steps outside and gets one shot, and it like he doesn't matter, and it's like the most you didn't even realize who you're dealing with bullshit. It's fairly edgelordy, but it's pretty awesome. Like he's not even a blip in the radar. This man just got completely wrecked, and it's pretty fucking rad. And I'm like, I kind of want to fucking watch that again because it's pretty good. I don't know. Lord Crash says, I am rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho, but Hulu's selection ended during the final round of the Dark Tournament. That was a bummer. Yeah, that's a shame. Hulu didn't have all of it. Hulu's still a weird thing where they were dealing with Funimation. They were like licensing things. And so some things would be on Funimation and Hulu, but not everything that was on Funimation would be on Hulu. And then they have lost the rights to some things in the meantime. And it's been a weird thing of like, ooh, I'm using gray. I should be using black on this head. I do need to... Let me put a sticker on the back of this while I still have my wits about me here, because we're getting close to wrapping the stream up, but I just got to put the last of the head stickers on, which is 10. Wait, I just realized, what's sticker 9? Where's sticker 9 supposed to go? That's sticker 8. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 11. Sticker 9 might be a... now that I think about it, sticker 9 might be a weapon sticker. Now that I think about it, that might be the gun because it's green. So this is the back of the head sticker here. Oops. Come on. Come on. There we go. The part I don't really have to worry about, but I still like to put the stickers on because I want to continue to be good at putting stickers on, and you don't get good unless you do it. So. Now that I think about it, I might end up putting, I'm going to say might, friends, in my own free time, I might put one of the better eyes on here and not just this behind the clear. I don't hate the silver, but I could put this on top of it, or I could take this apart myself and redo it. I might do that before Monday's stream because now that I look at it, I don't love just the silver. It was easy. But with the green up here, I wouldn't mind a little color on the eyes. So now that I'm looking at it, I might have to get wild with it. This gold is looking real good. It's been a while since we did anything with a lot of gold on here. Maybe since the Millennium Puzzle, which I found, by the way. I couldn't fucking find that shit. It fell behind my dresser. I had it on top of the dresser, and apparently it fell behind. I found it when I was getting ready to move stuff back in here. I moved my dresser a bit to clean behind it. And lo and behold, there's the fucking Millennium Puzzle that I was looking for. So, and in one piece, which is great because I did liquid cement it. It's no longer a puzzle. I solved the puzzle by assembling it and then made it so it can't fall apart. Because I do have intention someday to do a convention wearing that around my neck, because it would be cool, and then have my badge like on it as well, because I think that is fucking cool. I just haven't done it. I've been meaning to do it. I just didn't do it the 2 times I went to conventions since I built it. It always seemed like there must be weird licensing stuff going on when streaming services just get weird amounts of episodes instead of the whole thing. Yes, that's always the case, especially dubbing, because companies switch on dubbing rights. Crunchyroll was trying to tie up, and so Funimation started tying stuff up. If the dub rights are, if the dub is done by the production company, then that's a different negotiation than like if Funimation does the dub. So that stuff is complicated and weird. Yes, One Piece on Netflix. One Piece suffered a lot because Crunchyroll and Funimation both had the rights, so it was easier for Netflix to also get the rights. But now that Sony owns both, it's harder for Netflix to get the rights to them. Dub One Piece Netflix just got some new episodes. Yeah. So yeah, now is a tougher negotiations because Toei is now dealing with one company instead of dealing with 2. And when you're dealing with 2, you can deal with 3. But when you're dealing with 1, why deal with another one? You're already dealing with us. We're doing it. But yeah, the big anime would end up on everything, and the smaller anime would just pick a thing. And then yeah, some stuff would be on Hulu and Crunch, and occasionally there'd be a thing like One Piece in the US. Not One Piece, sorry. One Punch Man Season 2 in the US was Hulu only. It wasn't Funimation / Hulu. It was just Hulu, and I had to get Hulu to watch Season 2 of One Punch Man, which was ultimately disappointing. The animation quality of Season 2 of One Punch Man was a bummer, and then also it's really focused on not Saitama, which is not great. Season 3, they're teasing it. They got a teaser trailer out for Season 3. But also, still the same company that did season 2, which was not the company that did season 1, which is a shame. But hopefully they'll get their shit together and season 3 will be phenomenal. That's my hope and prayer. That's going to do it for tonight's stream. I am going to go on a raid. That is how we at every stream around here. We always end with a raid. We're going to go find someone doing cool shit and go spend some time with them. So I encourage you to come along on this raid because we always end with the raid. Gonna find someone doing cool stuff and go hang out with them. And then my next stream will be on Monday. I will talk about all of the anime I'm currently watching. Netflix has dubbed One Piece up to 468 and then 1089 to 1095. Yes. So there's a bunch of that they just probably just couldn't get the rights to, and now, you know, that nobody wants to give it over them. Who are we gonna go raid on? You know what? How long are they going? I don't even know. How long has this person been going here? They have been going 7 hours. We're not going to go raid them. I don't know how much left there is in Funny Rave, but we're going to go raid Funny Rave. It is a cool remix. Somebody I actually know is playing right now. I think we've raided Funny Rave before. It is a wild, cool, like DJs doing mixes. There was also and live performances, recorded performance. Tonight, there's been a thing where some of the performances have been live on location, which is neat and new. But I think you're gonna have a great time. Come with it. At the very least, you're gonna hear some fun like mashups and remixes and weird music and cool visuals. Yes. They're out of order. It's weird. We'll talk more about that on Monday. I gotta go. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for being here. I'll see you on Monday, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.